You hire a financial advisor, and they tell you their fee is just 1% of the assets they manage for you. 1%. It sounds like a bargain for professional expertise, a tiny slice for peace of mind. But what if that 1% isn't a slice? What if it's a slow, silent drain that could be the single biggest leak in your financial future?
Welcome to the world of wealth management, where complexity is the product. To navigate it, millions of people turn to financial advisors, and the most common way they pay for this service is the AUM fee, Assets Under Management. It's simple. The more money you have with them, the more they make. If your portfolio grows, their paycheck grows. It's pitched as the perfect alignment of interests. But is it? This model has become the bedrock of the advisory industry, a quiet, automatic transaction happening in your account, year after year. Why does 1% feel so harmless? It's a psychological blind spot. We're not wired to think exponentially. We see 1% and think of it as taking $1 out of 100. What we fail to see is the ghost of that dollar. We don't see the decades of growth it would have had, the dividends it would have earned, and the new earnings those dividends would have generated. The industry relies on this cognitive shortcut. They sell you a small, simple number, knowing full well its true cost is buried in complex, long-term math that most people will never do.
Let's look at the first layer of the fee. This is the part they don't hide. If you have a portfolio of a certain size, 1% of that is deducted each year. Simple. But this isn't a one-time cost. It's a subscription fee on your own money, and it's relentless. In a year where the market is up, you pay the fee. In a year where the market is down and you've already lost money, you still pay the fee. It's a guaranteed return for your advisor, but a guaranteed cost for you, chipping away at your principal year in, year out.
Now for the real damage, the part that operates in the shadows. It's called lost compounding. Every dollar you pay in fees is a dollar that is pulled out of your investment army. It's a soldier that can no longer fight for you, can no longer capture market growth, and can no longer generate future returns. Think of it this way. The fee doesn't just cost you $1. It costs you the dollar plus all the money that dollar would have earned for the rest of your life. Over an investment timeline of 20, 30, or 40 years, this effect snowballs. The cost isn't linear. It's exponential. It's a growing parasite on your future wealth, and its appetite gets bigger every single year. Imagine two investors starting with the exact same amount of money invested in the exact same things. They are identical in every way but one. Investor A pays that small 1% AUM fee every year. Investor B does not. For the first few years, the difference between their portfolios is barely noticeable. But then, the power of compounding kicks in. The gap in their wealth doesn't just grow, it accelerates. After a decade, it's significant. After 2, it's alarming. And after 30 years, the difference can be staggering. Investor A didn't just pay a fee, they sacrificed a substantial portion of their potential retirement nest egg. The AUM model isn't the only game in town. Some advisors work on commission, getting paid to sell you specific financial products. This creates an obvious conflict of interest. Are they recommending what's best for you or what pays them the most? Others charge a flat fee for a specific service, like creating a financial plan. Or they might charge an hourly rate, like an attorney. These fee-only models decouple the advisor's pay from the products they recommend, which can lead to more objective advice. Understanding these alternatives is critical.
Here is the single most important word you need to know: fiduciary. A fiduciary has a legal and ethical obligation to act in your best interest, period.
They must put your financial well-being ahead of their own. But not all advisors are fiduciaries. Many operate under a lower standard called the Suitability rule. This means they only have to recommend products that are suitable for you, not necessarily the best or the cheapest. A suitable investment could have higher fees that pay the advisor more, even if a better, lower-cost option exists.
To be clear, this isn't to say all financial advice is worthless. A great advisor can be invaluable. They can stop you from panic selling in a market crash, a service known as behavioral coaching. They can navigate complex tax laws, estate planning, and insurance needs. They can save you far more than their fee costs. The argument isn't against paying for expertise. The argument is against paying a high, recurring percentage-based fee for basic investment management that can often be done for a fraction of the cost elsewhere.
So, what do? First, become a detective. Hunt through your account statements. Look for line items that say advisory fee, management fee, or AUM fee. Don't forget to also look for the expense ratios inside the mutual funds or ETFs you own. That's another layer of fees. Second, schedule a meeting with your advisor and ask these questions directly. 1. Are you a fiduciary, and can you state that in writing? 2. How exactly are you compensated? Show me all the fees I am paying, both direct and indirect. 3. What is your investment philosophy? The quality of their answers, or their hesitation to answer, will tell you everything you need to know.
That 1% fee feels small today, but over a lifetime, its true cost is measured in the vacations you don't take, the retirement you can't afford, and the financial freedom you never achieve. The financial industry is built on inertia and complexity. Your greatest defense is knowledge. By understanding the math they hope you'll ignore, you're not just saving 1%. You are reclaiming ownership of your financial destiny. And that is a return on investment you can't put a number on.